Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Gerald Ledford is an autopsy technician in Arkansas, and he went on TikTok to answer questions about his job. And somebody wanted to know, hey, if I die, do I get to keep all my piercings? And here's what Gerald had to say about that.
You worried I'm going to take your piercings out and you don't get to take them with you? The only one that I take out is your tongue ring. I remove your tongue during an autopsy. We need to make sure you didn't bite down on it, make sure you don't have drugs in the back of your throat. So if you have a tongue ring, that one comes out. But nipples, nose, ears, eyebrow, private parts.
Oh, those
they all stay.
That's cool.
So that's why I haven't gotten a tongue ring. If I'm going to spend that kind of money, I want to keep it till I'm dead.
Dude, I have to say that, I mean, granted, I've never opened the mouth of anybody who's deceased, but, you know, whenever I go to a wake, but it's weird to think they don't have a tongue in there.
You know, you're right.
You've never done that,
wrong.
BJ?
Yeah,
You've never opened their mouth?
I never open their mouth because you have to look. You have to lean over and give them a kiss sometimes, depending upon.
But on the forehead, not a tongue kiss.
I know, but you're close enough. You just don't think there's no tongue in there. Like, you know, it's like you don't think there may be no eyes in there because their eyes are closed. You think everything's still there.
See, I'd want them then if I was gone, they wouldn't do this, of course, because it would be just too weird. But if I had like a wake or an open casket, which I wouldn't want to do anyway, but have them like set up some kind of like electronic, like a mechanical thing inside my mouth, so that way my tongue sticks out every once in a while.
Nice.
Oh, so like you go into like say your prayers and say your best wishes, and I just go and then it's like
oh man, that's
it'll go great in your kiss coffin.
Yeah. They might as well just paint my face like Gene Simmons at that point,
please.
Okay, yeah, and we got to get a fake tongue, Steve, because they're taking your real one.
Or they could just
preserve
stitch it
it
back in there.
Yeah. Hook it up to a machine so it sticks out and wiggles.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't want a stunt tongue like Dirk Diggler had a stunt penis?
Stunt tongue.
I'm just saying. You know what? I mean, you really make it work.
Here's a question. So, does everyone that die get does we all get autopsies at the end? Like, I didn't know that was a thing for everyone.
Yeah,
I just assumed when it's like when they're trying to still figure out why you die.
Right. So, like, if you just die from natural causes, or like you're not like murdered or something, like at that point, do you get an autopsy?
I feel like for medical reasons you do.
Oh.
Like they just what's the cause of death? And
you
I think
can deny it. You can deny an autopsy, and that'll be respected. But I think
I want my tongue
on that. Yeah.
According to one texter, they say not everybody gets an autopsy. Actually, it's pretty rare. Most people still have their tongue in there, guys.
Oh, good news.
Oh, okay.
All right. Oh,
so as long as you didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
But then again, if you have a tongue ring, you're probably up to no good. Isn't that what they say?
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Ladies.
Oh, okay, so
yeah, just under suspicious deaths.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, so your tongue ring is safe, BJ.
Oh, good. For a minute there, and yeah, and Rev, you said you can deny an autopsy, so you still have to
medically. You can deny one as well too if either you have those orders, like like those DNR orders and stuff like that as well.
That's right. Do not autopsy.
Or the family can deny it as well.
Interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't be on my list. Wait, your tongue ring.
I want my tongue ring.
Don't take it away.
It's such a funny thing to be worried about, though. If you have piercings, like they better not take my piercings. They better let those stay on there. And like, who would? There's probably some weirdo out there though that would like take somebody's piercings off of them and keep them.
Oh yeah.
Well, they're a cool piercing. Why not?
Or they can get money for them. They see diamond earrings, and there's some shady individuals. Even though the person's dead, they probably would still do something so messed up like that.
Well, you've got people that were casket raiders back in the day. Why not?
So said Steve, you can't get your corpse painted like Gene Simmons. He'd probably sue your dead body for trademark infringement.
That's true.
Unless you pay him. I'm sure at kiss.com you can buy funeral paint.
BJ, that's kissonline.com.
Come on,
that's
man.
right. Kissonline.com. Thank you. Funeral paint.
Funeral paint.
So how about another TikTok user said, okay, Gerald, you autopsy guy, he wants to know, can you be cremated with your dentures?
Can you be cremated with your dentures? Yes, you can be cremated with your dentures. Or they can take them out, give them to the family, throw them away. But yeah, you can be cremated with your dentures.
Can they turn them into those little chatter teeth that like?
That's what, like
a wind up.
Yeah. Yes. Why not? That's good. That's Grandpa right there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I don't know. I don't think of anything like I can understand wanting something from like your loved one to keep. Dentures would be the last thing on my list.
Yeah, not the teeth.
I think I'd take a tongue ring over a dentures.
Well, fair enough. Good to know.
All right. Well, we're not offering you the tongue ring, Steve, but all right. There you go. Yeah. I mean, I think like Danny said, the chattering denture teeth. Yes.
Yeah.
That would be hysterical. Make a little novelty item out of Grandpa's dentures.
Put the dentures in a stuffed animal. Oh, because I've seen that and it's very creepy looking.
Wait,
when a stuffed animal has teeth in it.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Oh, that would be hysterical if a dog had human teeth, denture style.
Oh, like a stuffed dog, or
of course, yeah, like a stuffed dog. Like people stuff their dog, they stuff their favorite animal, but they got human teeth. Okay, I'm back on that train. I like it.
They're like, what's up with this weird stuffed animal? That's Grandpa's teeth. That's why we have it that way.
Yeah, because, you want to keep a little piece of everybody in your life.
No, I'm good.
Grandpa's teeth, Grandma's nipple rings. Let's just get it all done here. Let's make it happen.
Someone said, I wonder what they do with all the piercings with someone that might be cremated. I hope they don't just resell them. I don't know. I feel like they just get burnt and probably put... I don't know. Do they get put in the urn?
I was having this conversation with a friend the other day who said he wanted to be buried with cremated, with a bottle of Jack Daniels. And I was like, but wouldn't it not like melt? Like, how would you do that? And they're like, no, it gets so hot that it just melts everything together. And it's all cremated. So I guess they would probably be burnt down too.
And then they say with like cremations, obviously they're doing multiple people in those. And so, I mean, not all the ashes I've heard are like really the loved one's ashes. It could be almost like someone else. Like, what if like you got dentures? What if you got an urn and there was like a random piercing, like a barbell, like from a tongue ring in there, and you're like, Grandma never had a piercing, or did she? And then you have like this weird, you don't realize it was the person before her, and it just so happened to end up in like the urn or something.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be weird? And you had like a life's great mystery of, did Grandma have a secret side to her that we did not know about?
Yeah, I don't know what kind of metal does or doesn't survive the heat of a cremation, but as I learned in the documentary Dexter, titanium does not burn, at least if you throw it in a furnace to burn a body.
Huh.
Yeah, that's how...
Spoiler alert, man.
Spoiler alert. Sorry, I know I've given away the whole series for you.
Good to know if you're murdering someone, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, or if you're watching Dexter, if you want to, know why he gets caught in a certain situation.
Do you know what this texter said? After my ex-wife passed, my buddy asked me several times if they would leave her breast implants in or her big implants in for cremation. I told him I have no idea. That's a weird question to keep asking somebody.
I mean, maybe people were like trying to get a discount. Like I don't have to buy the implants. I'll just take Grandma's. Is that what they were thinking?
Can I get your
Like, you can just Google this, and it's actually kind of interesting, too, because it says breast implants do not completely melt inside the crematorium or chamber in which it takes place. Instead, they explode when heated, leaving behind a sticky residue.
Well, that's not what anybody wants, is it?
Well, that's the effect of breast implants, from what I hear.
And then you're like, wait, it's not powder. It's a gel? Why am I scraping out a gel? What is happening? Oh, Grandma had breast implants.
Why is there Grandma?
Yeah, I know.
Because Grandma, she's a spicy lady when she was with us.
Her piercings and implants.
In Ryan Castle's words, she's a dirty bird.
Yes.
Finally, another TikTok user asked Gerald, the autopsy technician, if you swallow gum, does it really stay in your stomach forever?
Do I find the gum that you swallow inside your stomach? I've never seen any. It doesn't stay in your stomach. I think it probably goes on through. 'Cause when I collect your stomach contents, sometimes there's a piece of gum in there, but I think it was just swallowed. It's not old gum.
Oh, gosh.
So Mom lied to me all these years?
Yeah.
Just think of all the stuff that they've found in guts.
Just the way he just talks.
So weird, so nonchalant about it.
Right? I'm just, okay, I could not do that job.
I don't think I would want a job where I could be that desensitized and just talk so, like, comfortably about, like, someone's insides and be like, yeah, the last time I checked someone's stomach, but it wasn't, like, old gum. But I guess you get to that point where you're just like, I've seen it all, and this doesn't faze me. Otherwise, why would you continue to do that for a job?
Yeah.
Well, and then you have the wiring to even want to do it as a job in the first place. Like that job would seem fascinating to you. Because you know what it's about. You got to drain the blood, embalm them. You got to, de-gut them, the whole thing. At some point, the job description would scare you away, but to some people, it's like, let's do it.
Yeah, that's why they said they made a ridiculous amount of money. Like, you deserve every penny. Like, that just seems like such a tough. I mean, some people though, like, I don't know. Maybe like if you're like into like horror films, like that's like kind of like a fun thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there are people wired where they just love it. Just like people love popping pimples, and I'm like, that is the most disgusting thing. I mean, humans.
A slight difference though between the two, but I understand what you mean.
My aunt was a doctor, and she for a while had to do autopsies. And when I lived with her, I was like, oh, maybe I want to be a mortician. She was like, I'll bring you to one of my autopsies. And at that point, I was like, oh, it's real. No, never mind. I didn't ever want to do it because I was like, it's fun to kind of think about that stuff maybe.
Right.
But to actually like say, oh, no, we can do that. I was like, oh, never mind. No, sorry.
That would be the weirdest day ever at somebody's job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or a show and tell. My aunt does autopsies, and here she is to show you what she does in front of the class.
For a career day, we did have a mortician. Maybe that's where I got it. Yeah.
Well, how do they? How do you talk to the kids without freaking them out about it?
Well, it was all the goth kids, so I think they're all cool.
Oh, they were digging it.
They were enamored by this guy.
Yeah. There we go.
That's our hero.
What do you think is the absolute worst thing that you can do while flirting? Well, if you don't know, or if you think maybe you're doing it, I'll tell you at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. A new study identified different traits that we find off-putting when someone flirts with us.
We had to bring your daughter in for this because I feel like if anyone, because Vicky's not here, so I don't know how often us fellas are being flirted on.
No,
I can't imagine very often. Or maybe Joe. I bet all the ladies.
Oh, all the time,
with
yeah.
Joe.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Okay, I've witnessed Joe flirt, and I think anything he does probably would make this list.
I also,
asking for a phone number to a girl who's clearly there with her significant other is a bad way to flirt.
Yeah.
It's a good point. I mean, I can't argue with you.
I'll give you my number, you give me your number, and then we'll text together tonight.
Yeah, that's not cool. So, we've got the 10 worst things.
That was the greatest thing I've ever witnessed, BJ. I wish I had a GoPro on my head at that moment because it was so awesome. And it was so innocent and so like there was nothing malicious in what he was trying to do. No. He was just drunk and thought, we could be text buddies.
Yeah.
But that's just kind of Joe in a nutshell, because I've seen him flirt as well to where there's another husband present, and he's telling the girl how he's going to make her the best date meal she's ever had when he's drunk.
Oh, boy.
Damn. This guy you've been married to for 7 years?
Yeah.
He ain't making you mac and cheese like Joe can.
It was actually French toast. And
okay.
the guy...
Oh, for breakfast. That makes sense.
Yeah,
For the night after.
And the girl was actually into it, which was the best conversation I've ever heard in my entire life. So, Joe, you keep doing you.
Yeah, eventually it's going to work. Yeah. Some husband's going to be fine with his wife banging you.
Yeah, it's going to happen. Yeah. We got the 10 worst things you can do when trying to flirt with someone.
Okay.
Yeah. And, this one's a no-brainer, right? I mean, do people respond to the slimy approach? How many people, the sleazy pickup lines, just coming across like a scumbag? Maybe some people respond to it, but this list says don't do it.
I feel like Sarah would go for a pickup line.
It definitely depends how clever they are, for sure. Some of them I think they're hilarious. I'm like, why not try it? And then you laugh, and that's kind of like the icebreaker.
One guy at work was just offering you a stick of gum.
Hey, I really wanted a piece of gum. He knew at a gas station. So yeah, that worked.
And it was party time.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, it shouldn't have worked. None of that stuff should work.
I feel like a slimy approach might work late at night. Both have had alcohol in their system. I don't think that would work at like the grocery store. Like, hey, I see you touching those avocados. I got something for you to touch.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
A nice ripe one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when it's late at night, and maybe she just wants a nice one-night stand, too.
Okay,
Yep.
I like that the guy who had very limited dating success is saying, oh, no, the number one worst thing you could do could probably be good.
I wouldn't have the confidence in doing that, but if someone had the confidence in being such a sleazeball, I almost think it would work. And not all the time, 1 out of 100 times, but a sleazy person like that will put in 100 attempts.
Oh, I'm not taking 99 failures to try that. Not me.
But see,
I'm not taking 2 failures. I'm with you.
I've had that argument for quite a while too. Is that you like people complain all the time? I was like, oh, I can't believe they did that, and it's like, well, it probably worked for them one time in the past when they were like 20 years old, and they just keep trying it because they're hoping that it's going to work out again.
I had a buddy, Josh, and he was known for, he called it the 2-minute drill. That when all of a sudden they said, okay, last call, to him, that was his 2-minute drill. So he would go around the bar and just straight up say, we're about to get kicked out. You want to go back to my place and bang. And it worked once. So he would do it all the time.
Oh, wow.
I love that confidence.
Right. He's like, we're all about to get kicked out. You probably were here to find someone to do. I'm willing to do you. Let's go.
And I will say, if the female is down for a one-night stand or whatever, and if she finds you hot, oh, it's almost game over.
And that was the thing. He was a handsome fella.
Yeah, if we're attracted to the person and we just want to get down, oh yeah, all right, let's do it. But if you're not hot to us, no.
Yeah. That never happened to me.
None of these are going to work for us.
Yeah.
That's why we brought your daughter in the room.
Yeah, we're not. How about bad hygiene? That's number 2. Is it okay to flirt with bad hygiene?
No, never.
Here comes Steve. Steve will tell you when it will work.
Oh, this one time I had a tank top on, just finished a good jog.
Yeah, you had that musk going
and I just
on.
put my hands up and said, you ladies want to party? And they caught the... No.
Wow.
It sounds like a terrible idea.
That's how you got your wife, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's like, you smell awful. Let's hang out.
Wow. You smell like farm. Let's do it.
Like farm.
Bad hygiene or bad breath.
Bad breath. I think that...
Check your breath.
Yeah.
Yes.
But there was this one time when Steve was at the bar.
Well, it turned out she was a dental hygienist, and she was just she saw it as a case project.
Yeah. Oh, man, you smell like cavities. Let's do this.
Whoa.
All right, the number 3 thing on this list that you should never do while flirting, a lack of exclusive interest, like if you're hitting on them and their friends.
Oh, it's like you're like talking to someone and looking across the way at somebody else while you're talking to
Just
them.
like, hey,
Casting lines everywhere, hoping one will bite.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, or if you get hit on and then you go and tell your friends and then your friend says, oh, yeah, he just hit on me like 5 minutes ago. You're like, oh, cool. I don't feel special anymore.
Right.
Oh, there it goes. Sorry about that. But then, I mean, what do you expect? I mean, that's what some of those guys are there for.
Yeah, but as if you're in a group of females, we like to feel like, oh, you spotted us out. You're the most attracted to us specifically.
Yeah, all right.
Make me feel special. Don't go hit on all of my friends. Hit on a different group of girls.
I knew a guy that his tactic was he would, sometimes someone like you'd be with a group of girlfriends and the most attractive of the bunch would probably get the drinks. He would set his standards way lower, and he would only send the drinks to the one that he felt was like maybe like the least attractive of that table, because he's just hoping that maybe he'll get, because he wasn't he didn't have much of a game. So he's like,
nice.
Well, then it also in his head, he was just like, well, yeah, now she probably hasn't had a drink bought for her, and she'll probably have sex with me. I don't know how often it worked for him, but that was his way of going about it.
Yeah.
That probably boosted her ego.
If anything.
Sure, too. Yeah.
Yeah, because you would imagine all the, maybe like she was there with some friends that were a little stuck up, and they're like, why did she get a drink and not us?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they were probably really jealous.
And that's how you get them. Then you get the most attractive one. They get mad and they bang you just to show the other girl that she's not special.
It's a win-win.
That's how I would think it.
Damn.
You'd be a terrible attractive girl.
Yeah.
Because that's what my mind would think. It's reverse psychology. I will pay no attention to the most attractive girl, and she'll be pissed about it that she'll have sex with me just to show everybody she still is the most attractive.
So
does that work? I don't know. I'm going to try it.
it's about as crazy as your 3-goal hockey logic, but that one works as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if this one worked too.
All right, thanks, man.
Yes.
How about this one? Again, these are the worst things you can do while flirting.
Ooh.
Different views. So in other words, don't open with anything controversial like politics.
Let me
How
talk
is that
about
flirting?
Biden. Let's go.
How would anybody think that that's flirting, talking about like big subjects?
What if you're at like a big political rally?
Oh.
Ooh, that's a tough
Maybe
one.
that's the only time you can.
You go into a bar and everyone's wearing like the I don't know, the politician's button. I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe if you know you agree. But then just bringing it up randomly and you don't know their side of it, that could be a disaster. But even if you know if you agree, no. I don't know.
Well,
just like, no.
I mean, you say that, but then how many conversations, and granted, it's not flirting, but just in general, everyday conversation with somebody, they always bring up politics. Or it's almost like a crutch. Like,
it's like weather.
The state of the world today. And it's like, come on. Like, some people just think that's okay.
Yeah, like weather's a good crutch. That's why has politics become a crutch? Like weather, as boring as it is, at least you can agree on it. You can go, yes, it's cloudy right now and it's
Some
raining.
people just want to argue, BJ.
Who's like that? I've never met anybody like that in my life.
Me neither. I'm arguing it right now. Never heard of anyone arguing in this room ever.
How about number 5 on this list? Swearing too much. Sarah would lose on this one.
I think it's
mother
high if you
effers?
swear a lot. Oh yeah, call me a mother effer. Call me a bitch. Let's go.
See, sometimes I think that would work depending upon the person, but you have to know the girl.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think that's hot.
That was on Sarah's old Tinder bio before she deactivated it. Call me a mother effer. Call me a bitch.
Yeah. This one here, a lack of intelligence. So if you say something dumb, your chances plummet.
We're all out on that one.
That's why it took me forever to find the one.
Yeah.
No one's disagreeing.
I was hoping no one. No, Steve, you're really smart.
Nobody really. Sorry. Lying is also on this list. Don't lie if you're flirting.
You're really so intelligent, Steve.
I'm
sure Menza will call you back one day.
Yes, I'm sure they will.
I don't even know if they take calls.
No. I don't think you would know. I don't think you would know how they operate.
Call you, don't worry about it.
Pretty sure that the entire procedure is really foreign to you.
If they follow you back on Twitter, does that count as anything? I don't know.
That was a bad decision. Yeah. How about this? A lack of humor and self-esteem. Self-esteem was that's been a big issue for me.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't really. I mean, Sarah could probably speak better on this. Like, I don't think a dude could come up and say hi and then just be super self-deprecating, even if they think that they're trying to be funny. If you're coming off like just like pooping all over yourself, not in a literal sense, Rev, but
okay, thanks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that would be like, well, why do I want to hang out with this guy that just thinks so low of himself?
It's a fine line, Steve.
Yeah.
So, because humility mixed with humor is what I call a high self-esteem, self-deprecation, as opposed to just self-loathing and, talking about it. Because if you're self-loathing, you're really not being funny about it, are you?
Yeah, you can't walk away, hey, ladies, looks like you could use a fat, balding idiot. I'm here for you. Like, I don't know how that would go.
I don't know. Well, I'm not a woman, so I mean.
Line.
I think it's a great opening.
Sarah, would it work for you?
No.
Oh, yeah?
That's not working for me.
That's not going to work for you? Fat, balding idiot? What, is it the idiot part? Is that the problem?
You ladies in the mood for a fat, balding idiot?
What would be the best response to that?
Yeah.
Yes, go buy us a drink.
I love fat, balding idiots. I've been waiting for you.
Yeah.
I'm willing to make some questionable purchases. One shot.
Okay, well, now I'm in. All right.
Yeah, right. Look, you're going to end up with a fat, balding idiot anyway. If the man of your dreams will be that, let's be honest. That's what you want, right? You want someone who's man of your dreams. 10 years, flash forward, fat, balding idiot. That's who he is.
How'd you guys meet? Well, he came up to us at a bar, all of my friends, and just threw out a blanket statement saying, are you in the mood for a fat, balding idiot? If so, here I am.
I bet you would work somewhere.
It would take about 100 tries.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I know. We don't have the 99 chances to go with it, yeah. How about excessive intimacy? Well, that's a flirting turnoff. So pouring it on too thick, getting handsy. Well,
being like Bill Murray right now, huh?
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Oh, hey. I know, Bill. That's a whole other thing. Yeah. What are the Chivers going to do? He was their man.
Oh, yeah.
I'll probably just keep chiving.
Time to get a fat, balding idiot named Steve. Make him the Chiver guy.
If you're in the mood for one, I know a guy.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. Yeah. I think being drunk probably makes you more handsy and more intimate than you should be. That's the only, because when I'm sober, I'm petrified to even talk to somebody, let alone actually touch them.
Yeah, that just seems like I wouldn't want. That's just a line you don't cross. But then when people get drunk, they're stupid, and maybe they think, "Oh, I'll put my hand on her like I seen it in a movie," and then all of a sudden the drink's being thrown in your face, deservingly.
Yeah, but that's the way to get free drinks, though. You just have to be able to swallow quickly.
Yeah, just open your mouth real wide.
Wait, there you go. Got what I wanted from you. Deuces.
What are you drinking there, miss? A rum and coke. Oh, you're a fat, balding idiot.
So far, everything on this list is reminding me why I'm completely undateable.
That's what it is.
Well, you could change.
Said back in the day, I had a self-deprecating joke as my opener. I said, instead of single and ready to mingle, I said, I'm single and ready to disappoint.
Oh, wow. That I don't know how to feel about that one. Is it funny? All right, Sarah's saying it's okay.
If they buy you a drink.
Oh, yeah.
Always.
Then if you buy me a drink, you can say anything you want.
It doesn't even rhyme.
Okay,
There we go. I mean, couldn't you find a word that rhymes with, like, single? I'm single and ready to disappoint.
What was Johnny Roberts' way of starting the conversation? Like, what was his flirt?
I don't really think he flirted, to be honest. I think I just invited him to a party and he came.
Sometimes all you gotta do is just show up. It's half the.
He came to the party.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right. Showing up is probably 90% of the battle.
That's really what it is.
More than what I
he
did.
had the confidence to come to a party the night we met. So I was like, wow, if you want to come hang out with me and all my crazy friends, to me that was kind of like, this is pretty ballsy of you. All right.
He's got a quiet confidence. Jay
And
Rose.
he was hot. I thought he was sexy.
So did
that's
where did you
50% of it.
That helps, doesn't it?
Where did you run into him that you just said, hey, you should come to this party and hang out with us?
At the restaurant I worked for.
And he was a customer?
He was filling in.
Do you not even
He was
listen
a
to her
customer.
origin
I
story,
forget.
Steve? She's told it so many times. They knew each other at a restaurant.
Sure, there's listeners that have never heard the story before.
Wow,
Sorry for
you know what? You're killing. You know
I
what?
was-
You're hurting my heart right now.
I was a waitress, and then he was making pizzas.
Oh,
He said, I got a pie.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that,
Here we go.
there is another tip right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's the one.
I think I hear HR groaning in the
that's
background
it.
over
There's,
there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, of course you do. You know what? Don't encourage Steve with his inappropriate flirting.
Okay, so outside of J-Rubs, then what have you ever had a pickup line dawned on you that actually worked? Like a really dumb one?
Besides the gum.
Besides the gum?
The gum is the dumbest, guys.
And would you like a burrito from the taco truck?
Yeah, I was gonna
It's like a burrito.
Wow, I'm trying to think. No, I mean, I feel like a normal one, like my ex, I just met him. I was 20 and I had a fake ID, met him at a bar, and he just came up to me and asked for my number. And then we went out, and then I had to break it to him that I wasn't 21 yet, which was awkward.
Jeez.
Whoops.
But he was just very like, hey, I think you're cute. And I'm like, oh, I think you're cute too. Here's my number.
that's
Kind
easy
of the
enough.
normal. But then other than that, it's just been like taco truck guy, gum stick guy.
Yeah, it's
That's
just
all.
when you
It's
want it, you
not-
go get it.
All right.
Not pleasant stories for a
Exactly.
father to hear now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, but the texter said, my husband used to introduce himself to girls and say, I'm hung like a camel. And like a camel, 2 humps is all you're going to get. It's amazing how often that worked.
I like that one.
If you make them laugh with an opening line, you're probably...
Yeah, it's a good icebreaker too.
I couldn't even do it. I couldn't even, like, I have a hard enough time saying hi, what my name is.
Yeah.
And now you want me to do a humping joke?
That's not able to see. So that some guys, that's their, they have the confidence to use that rather than just to go and have a regular conversation.
That's a handsome man, I bet.
Yeah.
We got to come up with some lines for Joe to use.
Yes.
next time.
Yeah.
In Chicago.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
We
All
should
right.
each come up with one line. He has to try all of them.
Yeah.
I like the camel one. See how he does with it.
Are you in for that, Joe? Joe's like 2 thumbs up. Oh, man. I'm
All
up
right.
for staying up late and hitting the bars with you boys. In fact, that means I got to watch Joe attempt flirting.
Yes.
I'm in.
I'm so in.
Yeah, he's gonna need a few drinks to say anything.
That's
I
fine.
feel like.
Yeah.
That can be. We can make
Drinks.
that happen.
He'll have a few drinks before our meetings are done.
Yeah.
At this radio
Oh, yeah.
convention.
Oh, yeah.
True.
On Friday, Steve, he did get this one wrong.
What symbol of peace surrounds the globe on the UN flag?
A dove.
No.
A frog.
No.
A pie.
No.
Steve is obsessed with pie. Can't blame him, though.
Pizza pie.
Yeah. Correct answer was an olive branch. You know, it's an olive branch for peace. Or pie. You know, one of the two. You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Miggs at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's another question from a listener. I'm getting my wages garnished. Can bankruptcy help with that?
Absolutely. One of the big reasons people file bankruptcy is because they have a judgment or a lawsuit against them, or their wages are getting garnished, and so they can't pay their other regular ongoing bills. People sometimes think that you can't file bankruptcy once they have a judgment against them or once a garnishment has started, and that's not true. Filing bankruptcy will immediately stop any garnishment that you have going, except for child support, and stop your creditors from continuing on with garnishments of your bank account, your wages, and in most cases will discharge that liability through the bankruptcy process. And we can file a bankruptcy case for you usually the day you come in.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.